A small excerpt from the book The Gods on Mount Olympus. Looking down on human actions from the cloud, they see in advance the endings of all great dreams that lead to disaster and tragedy. And they laugh at our inability to see beyond the moment and how we delude ourselves. Before we take actions in anything we do or buy in our lives, we should always consider the possible outcomes and consequences. This is because life is short and we only live once. If we mess up this life, we do not have another life to live. So it will be foolish to stick to a way of life that will fail us eventually. The shocking fact is that irrespective of what you earn today, you already have enough money to become rich. Yes, no matter how little you earn today, you have already enough funds to become rich in your old age. This is thanks to compound interest and the stock market. And yes, you guessed it, your active participation is also required. To explain what we mean, let us look at how a certain Mr. John lives his life today. Mr. John gets up to work, grabs a coffee at Starbucks with a few donuts. During the lunch break, John gets an alert that Amazon is offering 50% discounts for t-shirts. John bought t-shirts already last week and does not really need any more, but he hits the buy button anyway because he does not want to miss out on this offer. On his way home, he grabs a takeaway pizza at a popular local restaurant for dinner. In the evening, Mr. John leaves home again to a local bar to meet up with friends for a few drinks. This repeats more or less every day. Now, there is nothing wrong with enjoying your life. After all, money is unlimited, but your lifespan is not. However, John is like most Americans or Europeans who spend more than $5,000 a year on spontaneous or impulsive purchases that they really do not need, on clothes, food, electronic gadgets, which they later regret. Take a look yourself around your home and we bet you will find something you bought but never really use. Arguably, someone who can give $5 a day for a cup of coffee is already having a good life because he or she has at least $5 more than he or she needs in life. Because arguably, Mr. John can have a healthy breakfast at home before going to work instead of paying for an overpriced coffee and nutrient-free donut. Now you may ask, what difference does $5 a day make in our lives? This is huge. If Mr. John invests $5 a day from the age of 20, he would end up with $1.2 million at the age of 65, assuming a 10% growth on investment. And the stock market has grown on average by 10% the last 50 years. This is more money than 99% of everyone else will have when they retire. The mathematics is very simple, and everyone can check it out using any online compound interest calculator. Now imagine someone who smokes a packet of cigarettes a day, visits the local bars very often like Homer Simpson does for a few drinks, maybe some other bad habits. You will agree that this can easily become $10 a day that can be invested. What is this telling us? This is telling us that our daily coffee at Starbucks is in reality going to cost us more than $1 million. It is telling us that every spontaneous or impulsive shopping that we can avoid makes us richer. One does not become rich with what one earns, but by what one does not spend. It tells us that iPhone that we bought for $1,000 is going to cost us $100 a year for the rest of our lives. It tells us that saving money will never go out of fashion. We are never too young to start to invest money, and thanks to the power of compound interest, the earlier we start, the better. The billionaire Warren Buffett bought his first stock at the age of 11. We do not even notice how often we give away our hard-earned money for things that we think we need without really thinking. Most of us will be shocked when we find out where our money is really going. Fight back by budgeting and tracking your expenses. Every respectable company budgets and keep tracks of their finances. We should do the same. Important to mention here too is that the moment Mr. Jones started to invest, he started to apply the most important rule of a wealthy mindset, which is do not work for money. Let money work for you. By the way, money is a perfect worker because it needs no holidays, no lunch breaks, never sick, no need for days off. It's amazing. No one said this is going to be easy. As a young person, you will have to avoid the urge to spend money to feel that sense of social validation. Always remember, you are not a social outcast because you do not upgrade your phone every year. And anyone who does not understand this is not worthy of your time or friendship. So, fact is that irrespective of what you earn today, you already have enough money to become rich when you retire. While becoming a millionaire at retirement age will not solve all your problems, it will put you in the best possible position to live for today and to build for tomorrow. Whatever you decide to do, may it make you happy.